Hello, my beautiful rainbow people. Welcome back to the Controversy of Zion. Hi, my name is Zion. I'm an author of two books, unpublished, except for here on social media and YouTube. They're called The Potsmoker's Bible and The Book of Zion. And according to those two books, I am the prophet foretold in the 54th chapter of the book of Isaiah, the Zion of the Most High God of Israel. And this, The Controversy of Zion, is my program designed to jumpstart the foretold controversy of Zion. And oh my God, this is so much fun. See, I'm trying to piss you off, scare the hell out of you, shock the hell out of you, or make you giggle and delight at the total insanity and truth of what I'm saying. I have waited my whole lifetime to do this, and it is so worth all of the tears that I cried just to be able to sit here and talk about current events. Oh, you stupid little Republicans. Do you really think that you're going to take over America? I don't think so. You failed on January 6th, and you will fail the next time too. Because the next time you try to take over, my people are going to throw their hands up in the air, say, enough is enough, we're going camping. And that'll be it. Sorry, Putin. But God and I have other plans for America. They don't include you. Now, which brings me to the subject of today's episode, the failure of the commission and the reasons why. Republican. I'm so sorry that you got fooled. I'm so sorry that you were stupid enough to let a mafia boss take over your party. But you're even more stupid than that because you let a mafia boss who's just a figurehead take over your party. Because the actual president of the United States during the Trump years was Putin. Trump is an idiot. He does not have an IQ, probably to even pass high school level intelligence. The man is so inept. Everything he said that made any sense came straight from Putin. Putin put him in office. Putin gave him all the dirt on all the senators in the Republican Party and the older reps in order to control them once he got in. So once Trump stepped into the position of president candidate, he immediately let the Republican Party know that the game was up. He literally said to each and every one of them, if you don't fall in line, I'm going to tell the whole world blah, 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 blah. Or we'll see what happens to your family. I'm in charge. I make the rules. You stand by me no matter what. You do not ever turn on me. Because when you do, you will lose your position in power. And I will see to it that your family pays. That's how the mafia works. We all know it. And that's exactly what Trump did for Putin. Now, you see, that was possible because Putin, excuse me, the moment he took over Russia, he had a plan to take over America from within. All he needed was an idiot, dumb enough to fall into his financial trap. So, Donald J. Trump ego of all egos, a man who had already gone bankrupt more than once, who had already exhausted every honest bank in the world. There wasn't a bank in the world that would lend that man a dime until Deutsche Bank stepped in at the behest of Putin and started handing that man all kinds of money for him to throw away. And no matter how much he lost, Putin kept pushing the money at him until he was so in debt to Deutsche Bank, and which was, of course, a minion through Trump or through Putin, and Trump became Putin's puppet. Now, during this whole course of events, Putin had his goonies, his gun squad, digging up all the dirt he could on all the politicians in America. So that when his puppet boy, Trump, stepped onto the national scene and announced his candidacy, Trump was in a position not only to collude with Russia, but he already had the dirt on everybody that had any dirt to be had on them. And the rest, he just bullied. And if you don't think that the shooting of Solis at that baseball thing wasn't a Putin trick, you're an idiot. Because that was Trump enforcing his threat. Once the baseball incident occurred and there was a Republican who had threatened to expose Trump come up with a gunshot wound. There wasn't a senator or Republican in the Republican Party, or representative in the Republican Party, who was not in mortal fear of their lives. And they have been from that very day. Which is why not one of them will go against the Mafia Don puppet Putin, Trump. Well, see, the first problem is the senators and representatives had dirt to be put on them by Trump. Those people are the most loyal to Trump because they have the most to lose. And there are things worse than death. Prison's one of them. Or so you think. For me, prison was a fucking walking park. That's another story. But for Trump, it's a death sentence. It's worse than death. It's a living hell. Because you see, he owes Putin, he owes Deutsche Bank and these other banks these way too much money. They're going to sell off all of his shit to pay off all of his debt. And thanks to Melania, pretty much everything that he has left goes to her and Barron. Because the entire inheritance will not, there won't be anything left. And the Trump children will not come out unscathed. They will follow daddy right into prison because they're part of the mafia that is the Trump organization. And when racketeering charges are brought into play, I do believe the entire upper part of the organization that is found guilty of racketeering, the entire organization body head goes to prison. It's not just the boss. It's all of them. So, bye-bye, Junior. Bye-bye, Eric. Bye-bye. Bye-bye, Ivanka. Too bad, so sad. Because if I'm not mistaken, I bet you that Trump molested Ivanka. He pretty much admitted to it. Now, so here we stand. The whole idea of Putin putting Trump into the White House was to take over America. Now, Trump was given specific instructions because you have to give an imbecile instructions and they have to be specific or they fail. Trump was told that he had to destroy the media. He had to take it over or take it down. That he could not succeed without the propaganda machine that is the media. When he failed to take over the news feed entirely, he failed. And Putin walked away, leaving Trump to his fate. Because you don't see Putin being friendly with him anymore, do you? No. Has nothing to do with him. Because he was always a tool. And he set it up so that either way, Putin would win. Sorry, Putin, I got news for you. I'm taking that winner right out from underneath you. But that's another story. Now, see, the reason we can't have a commission is because there's too much dirt on too many politicians in Trump's greedy little hands. If they're not guilty of the insurrection, which I believe many of them are, they're guilty of other things that will come out when Trump falls. And Trump is falling as we speak. So all that dirt's going to come out because Trump's not going down alone. So, and they knew this. They knew this in November. That's why they all stood in line with the big lie that Trump had not lost the election. And that is why they participated in the setup for January 6th. It was a failed coup, not an insurrection. Trump withdrew, or had his minions withdraw, most of the police force from the Capitol. They had a minimal crew. And that minimal crew was made up of what they thought were the ones they needed to get rid of, the unloyal ones. But you see, fate plays its own hand. And Trump was never going to win that coup. He's not going to win the next one either, because he's going to be in jail at the time. Because the next coup attempt is going to happen when Trump goes to jail. Because then the storm will be to free him. And it will fail. Just like the commission failed. The senators, I'm sure there are more than a few that were in on the insurrection, which is why they can't let it happen. And the rest of them are either too afraid of their lives and the lives of their family, or they have too much scandal waiting in the wings for them. So, that's why there'll never be a commission. So may the Great watch over us, guide us, protect us, and keep us all from harm. May they teach you right from wrong. May you be worthy of them. May your thoughts, words, and deeds reflect truth, good, and light, the unicorn way. Find your joy and pursue it, and make that your guilt choice when we get to Camp Zion. If you use drugs, stay happy and high. You have every right and reason to. Believe me, I know. I wrote 2 books about it. I am the Zion of the Most High God of Israel, the prophet foretold in the 54th chapter of the book of Isaiah, and I've come to set my people free. I never say goodbye, so I'm going to say later now.